Welcome back, everyone. Today on The Explainer, we're going to do something a little bit different and honestly a lot of fun. I want you to go ahead and put on your detective hats because we are about to uncover a massive invisible mystery. And the craziest part, it's a mystery that is happening right in front of us every single day, even though we can't actually see it with our own eyes. Okay, let's dive into this. I want you to imagine for just a second that there is a secret cosmic conflict going on right now. We're talking about a massive, epic battle between good and evil. Now, you can't see the sparks flying, and you definitely can't hear the swords clashing, but this invisible battle absolutely affects everything around us. It affects our whole world, our families, and yes, even the choices we make every single day. Chapter 1: The Invisible War. So to figure out what's really happening on Earth today, we actually have to travel way back in time to where this whole mystery began. And our sources tell us this story didn't even start here on Earth. It started up in heaven. Originally, there was perfect, total peace. But then, a rogue villain, an angel named Satan or Lucifer, decided to rebel against the Creator. He completely chose to become evil. And after this villain was cast out of heaven, well, he didn't just give up. No way. Instead, he brought that exact same warfare straight down to our world. And from the very beginning of this conflict, this villain has had one main target. His ultimate absolute goal is to overthrow God's rules. He wants to deceive people, tricking them into just ignoring the rules or throwing them out completely. Because, you see, he knows that if he can get us to break the rules, he wins the game. Chapter 2: God's Protective Fence. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it completely flips how we usually think about rules. Usually we think of rules as, boring things meant to stop us from having any fun, right? But I want you to think of God's law as a giant, incredibly sturdy fence built right on the edge of a really dangerous, steep cliff. It absolutely isn't there to ruin your fun. It's a massive, strong wall designed entirely to keep you safe from the chaos, the violence, and the extreme sadness waiting at the bottom of that drop. Just look at this comparison for a second. Inside the fence where people follow the rules of doing what's right, you find peace, rest, happiness, and really safe families. But the text gives a pretty huge warning that if you step outside that fence, the world becomes genuinely terrifying. It would literally turn into a horde of robbers and assassins, where the strongest just take whatever they want. That fence is what keeps the monsters out. Chapter 3: The Master of Tricks. Okay, be honest. If you're picturing a scary red beast with horns, a pointy tail, and a pitchfork right now, you need to completely erase that image from your mind. The source material is super clear about this. He should never be represented as a horned beast. Instead, he wears a brilliant disguise. He might look like a beautiful, masculine angel with wings, or maybe a sinister but super ordinary guy, or even someone wearing holy clothing like a priest's tunic. He hides his total wickedness behind a very, very trustworthy face. He completely transforms himself to look like an angel of light. Basically, he acts like the ultimate good guy. He pretends to be a great doctor or a big benefactor. Someone who's just trying to help humanity and heal diseases. But it's all a massive trick. While he looks like he's helping, his real, totally hidden motive is to destroy that protective fence we talked about and drag everyone down into chaos and ruin. And this brilliantly illustrates his three-step process for tricking the entire world. First, he wears a holy disguise to get you to let your guard down and trust him. Second, he uses what the text calls spiritualism, which is basically dark supernatural magic tricks to perform undeniable wonders and fake miracles. He even pretends to heal the sick so people think he actually has divine power. And third, he makes the bad look good, twisting things so much that people just eagerly accept his delusions. Chapter 4: Disasters and Blame Games. Now, this invisible war doesn't just stay invisible. Oh no, it has very real, terrifying effects on our Earth today. By studying the secrets of nature, the villain actually uses his power to control the elements, at least as far as he's allowed to. He is the one behind terrible accidents, fierce tornadoes, massive floods, and completely destructive earthquakes. He sweeps away harvests and causes all kinds of distress. He is actively working to cause all these disasters just to panic the people of Earth. And then comes his absolute sneakiest, most unfair trick yet. After causing all of these terrible disasters himself, he creates a grand illusion to pass the blame. He literally points his finger at the very people who are safely standing inside the fence, the ones actually obeying God's rules, and tells the world, hey, it's all your fault. He tricks people into believing that the world's problems are actually caused by the folks who are doing the right thing. It's wild. Chapter 5, Your Ultimate Guidebook. So, the crucial point is, how do we fight back? Seriously, how do you, as a super smart young detective, avoid falling for all these crazy tricks and fake miracles? Well, you need the right tool. The only way to expose the villain's disguise and know the absolute truth is to use your ultimate guidebook, the Bible. It basically acts like your own personal truth detector. Because the villain's illusions are just so good, normal human wisdom simply isn't enough to see through them. You have to rely on the guidebook to tell you exactly where the protective fence is and who is really out there trying to tear it down. Look at this really powerful quote from the text. The Bible is within the reach of all, but there are few who really accept it as the guide of life. Guys, you have the power to be one of those smart few. You absolutely do not have to be fooled by this master of tricks, but only if you actually pick up this guidebook and use it to navigate the invisible war. So the final question is entirely up to you. In a world full of invisible battles, clever disguises, and lots of pointing fingers, will you choose to trust the guidebook? Will you stay safely inside the fence? I really hope this explainer helps you look at the world with wide-open detective eyes. Keep learning, keep questioning everything, and I will see you next time.